Okay guys, welcome to this video tutorial how to use the JsonDB API. I'm going to walk you through basically each of these requests or calls. You will find some more information here in the documentation of the API and the kinds of response that you should get for every single one of them. And that's it pretty much. Okay, so let's get started. For this video, I'm going to be using a thing called Postman, which is an API client. I mean, it's a kind of a request client where you can send different HTTP methods, requests, sorry, to any URL you want. Put the headers that you want, the body, the authorization, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so let's dive in. So the first thing we want to do is to do the, let's just get all the records from a table. Okay, I want to do that. So let's go here to Postman. Sorry, I'm going to come back here. I'm going to copy this piece of URL. And I'm going to go to Postman, and then I'm going to grab API, tables, users. Okay, so I'm going to go for the users table, and I'm going to grab all the records. But first, I need to send a custom header called token, and I'm going to use the default one, which is for testing purposes, and that's it. So now my request should pass. It's authenticated by this token, and this is the correct URL. This is a GET request, and I'm sure this table name exists. So I'll send the request. And that's it. You have a code 200 answer with a message of 3 records retrieved from users table, and here's your data. Okay, here are the three records we want. But let's say that you don't want all the records from a table. You want just, let's see, you want Mr. John Doe only. Well, you grab this, you copy this ID, and you say that from the users table you want this record ID. So you send it, and now it returns only this record. Pretty cool. So let's say you want to create, okay, let's create a new record in the users table. Okay, so first we're gonna change the kind of request, but because this is not going to be a GET request, it's going to be a POST request. Okay, and it's going to have body, and we're going to send the data in form of form data. Okay, so let's say we want to create a new user. So let's write here name, and the value is going to be me, my name. Sorry, spelled wrong. Then my email. And then I don't know if I'm active as a user. Yes, I am. And another one could be, well, my password. Just inventing fields, okay? And so everything, we double check everything is correct. We have the token, we have the fields that we're going to send in this post request, and we have the URL. Okay, so let's just send this request, and it answers with a code 201, which means created. So records are in the users table, and it returns to us the whole record. Okay. Now let's say you want to update this record. Let's say we want to change some stuff. For example, I want to change my email, or I want to change my password. And not only change stuff, but actually update or create new fields. Well, the way you do that is with a put request. Okay, what put request does is like can edit or add fields to a entry that already exists in the database, to a record that already exists. So for our purposes, we want to edit this record here. So we're gonna send the ID and I put the request, and now I'm just gonna get rid of all this. on a XWW form URL encoded, we're gonna send the fields that we want to update. Only the fields that we want to update. If the fields do not correspond, the key do not correspond to a key that is in here, it's gonna create a new key. Okay. So for example, let's just change my email to another @email.com, and let's just change my password, okay, to another password. Sorry. Let's just add another field, which is going to be, I don't know, job. Okay. And web developer. We're going to send that request. It's a put request. We have the authentication headers. Now the content type has changed. It's an application XWW formal unit encoded, and that's it pretty much. Okay. Send. So it answers 200, which is okay. It messages one record's updated in users table, and if I want to check the record, what the record is, it says, well, the record ID created. Now the email is another email at email.com, and I have a new field here, job web developer. Pretty awesome. Notice that you can, with Postman, you can grab, for example, where it says code, you can grab specific syntax for the kind of request of the environment you're working at. For example, if you're using PHP curl, you have your request ready there. If you're using just curl from Windows, from a Linux command line, you can definitely use that. If you're using jQuery Ajax, you got your request there. So for example, let's just test the same request, but with curl. Actually, no, we're gonna do another thing. We're just gonna get that record from that table to verify that it has been updated. Okay, so instead I'm gonna change this to a get request, and we're gonna get that record which is created. And you see, it's still the same. We can do that with curl as well. So if we go here and paste that code, curl, it's gonna return the same data. And just in case, if you're wondering if I'm bluffing or not, you can go try it here, and you can examine the JSON file, the original database that we have, and the record number 3 is me, with just the fields that we have created. Okay. Well, let's get rid of this record because I don't want it in the default database. So let's just grab the ID. It's already there, sorry. And let's just do a delete request. And what this delete request does is deletes this ID record from this table, basically. Basically it's that. No deep science, no rocket science. And it doesn't return anything because the record has been deleted. So it returns code 200, which means okay, one record deleted in user table. So if I go here again and try JsonDB and look for my record, it doesn't exist, no longer exists. So that's basically what you can do with the API. That's pretty much all the functionality that there is implemented to it. You basically have the same functions that you have here, except of the drop table, empty table, and create table ones. Also, you cannot get all records. So you just can perform operations with tables and the records on those tables, which is get records, insert record, get record, update record, and delete record. I hope you like it. If you have any suggestion, questions, things like that, just let me know in the comments of this video, and enjoy JsonDB. Bye-bye.